Welcome back to the Gridiron Drive. I am Anthony Correnti, joined as always by my co-host Peter Traina, and we are back to preview Week 11 of the NFL season. Recording this at 11:20 at night on Thursday after my New York Jets lose a heartbreaker. Not even a heartbreaker, but just lose in not the best fashion. Can't win games without solid quarterback play. Pete, how we feeling?
Feeling good, man. Week 11 is here. It's arrived. Jackson Dart is concussed. My Giants season is over. But hey, man, at least my real life is good.
Absolutely. Well, we got 4 games that we're going to get into from the slate this week. Pete picked 4 games. We'll get into them, dive into how Pete's betting them, some fantasy insight, the whole 9 yards. So if you're watching on YouTube, we're recording this one live just in an effort to get it on the feed as quick as possible with some busy schedules. So whether you're watching live or watching after the fact, drop a comment down below. Let us know if you're tailing any of Pete's picks. And if you're listening on the Rookie Big Board Podcast Network, we love you all the same. So head on over to the YouTube as well and throw us a subscribe there if you would. It's greatly appreciated. And let's get right into it. First game that we have up is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. How are we feeling about this one, Pete?
This game is the Bengals are getting 5.5 points, so it's Pittsburgh minus 5.5. The total is sitting at, where am I? Let me make sure I got this right here. Last time I saw was 48.5. I like Pittsburgh in this game, and I like the 5.5. And I'll tell you why, and it's pretty simple. Can your team make Aaron Rodgers look like a 42-year-old quarterback? Meaning, can they rush the passer? Can they, get his timing off? Make him, throw behind the line of scrimmage? And the answer is most likely no. They're not going to be able to do that to Aaron Rodgers. The Bengals aren't. The Steelers will be able to probably gash him on the ground just like every other team has. I don't think this will be a blowout by any means, but I have this more than 5.5. I could see the Steelers winning by a touchdown here pretty easily. The Steelers defense started to pick up some steam. I think they don't have any major injuries. I saw Highsmith creeped up on the injury report, but it wasn't anything that I'm seeing. That should be. I think it's just kind of like maintenance, something that happened in the game, but we'll see. But I still like the Steelers there. I'm taking the minus 5.5. Pittsburgh there.
Yeah, the Bengals defense, man. The Bengals defense is historically bad. Just absolutely terrible. So you can start almost whoever from the Steelers this week and hope that something good's going to happen. But you can definitely start Rodgers this week. You can start Jalen Warren. You can start DK Metcalf. You can start Jonnu Smith. You can start, if you need to throw a deep dart, throw a deep dart somewhere. But the Bengals defense is terrible. We were joking about there was like a meme going around the other day where it was like, how bad is the Bengals defense? And it was the screenshot of Justin Fields having like 60 yards passing versus like 4 different teams and then having like 200 yards passing versus the Bengals. It's not good. It is not good at all. I agree with you. I think Pittsburgh could win it fairly comfortably. The defense, I think, is just too bad for Cincinnati to overcome and hang in it. All right, you got anything else on this one?
No. Do you have any input on who you start and sitting in fantasy? I mean, I know obviously you're gonna play Jamar Chase, obviously, and
like you said, the Steelers' defense is coming to life a little bit. I still think you could start, Chase Brown, and obviously you're in all likelihood starting Jamar and T. Higgins. And, the script should favor it a little bit, right? Like, because if we think Steelers are going to get out in front, Cincinnati's going to have to throw the ball a little bit, so you can start those guys comfortably. Noah Fant as a dart throw, I don't mind Noah Fant as like a dart throw tight end play almost on any week just because the Bengals defense is so bad and, playing catch-up mode a lot of the time. And, maybe you hit luck on a week where he scores a touchdown or something. That's all you can really hope for when you're playing the tight end game. So I don't mind that at all this week. All right, the next one we had here was the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Bears are hot. They just beat up on your Giants.
The Bears did just beat up on my Giants, but they did not cover. They well, depending on when you got it, but they missed the hook for me. But I'm going to the well here with the Bears, but I'm taking the points this time, plus 2.5. Minnesota, I think the worst thing that happened to them in terms of like the gambling community is beating the Lions a couple weeks ago, because I think that kind of ballooned their number. I just don't think the Vikings right now are as good as they were last year. I think they've got some injuries. I see Darisaw is he practiced fully on Wednesday, then he was DNP on Thursday today. Will Fries is limited. You know, they got injuries all over the place, and I don't love 9. I don't love 9.
You're a 9 hater.
I am a certified 9 hater. But I mean, all like the advanced metrics and like I'm not saying he's going to be a bad pro. I just don't think he's got it right now. And I think God, again, I'm going to Sam Darnold looks so bad right now.
Yeah.
And I think JJ could be fine. He'll be a fine pro. He was injured. He's very young. He'll be fine. I just don't think this year, it's working out. I think Chicago's defense has been getting better, and a lot of people will cite their incredible turnover luck, and they do have great turnover luck, but it hasn't stopped. So, I mean, at some point, it is what it is. I would make Chicago the favorite here by like a point. So if you're giving me 2.5 points, I'm going to take that every time. I know it's in Minnesota, but that doesn't really affect me too much on my handicap here. So yeah, I'm going to take 2.5 points. I might even sprinkle a little money line, but I'm definitely on the 2.5, 3, depending on what you got, when you got it.
I'm surprised Chicago's not favored in this game. Like, it doesn't really make any sense to me, honestly. Like, I feel like Minnesota, I kind of agree. Like, I feel like Minnesota is a lot of reputation right now. And, like, parlay that into, not literally parlay from the bet sense, but, like, turn it into, take a look at it from the sense of, like, I think initially your gut feeling would be like, is it a bad matchup for Swift, Monungai? Minnesota's given up almost 126 yards on the ground per game. So they're 22nd in the league. So they're not like an elite run defense. Like, I would start the Bears running backs. I don't know. It just feels like there's a lot of name recognition.
Yeah.
Or like they're a fine team, but I don't know that they're elite or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. They had a magical year last year,
Yeah, for sure. Should have kept that guy. That guy's looking great right now. But it is what it is. Minnesota's pass defense is better than their run defense. But I don't know, I'd still start Rome. Like, I know that I think people are feeling better since he gave you the kind of bounce back last week. After goosing you. But he's the dude there. I know there was like coming off the bye, there was a couple down weeks, then he bounced back, then the goose, then he bounces back last week, but he's still the alpha in that offense. So even though Minnesota's pass defense is better than their run defense, I'd still start Rome in this one. Same with Swift. I'd still like deeper leagues if you need a flex. I think you could still play Monungai, like even with Swift healthy. He's got a role there now, and we know we love Kyle Monungai, so I'm fine with that. On the Minnesota side, like, obviously you start the wide receivers. Aaron Jones, like, I know that the Chicago defense we just said was coming back to life a little bit, but I think Aaron Jones is one that, because of even if the game starts to get away from them, then he's the one that's involved there in the passing game as well. So Jones, I would feel comfortable keeping in my lineup this week too. But I agree with what you said. I think Chicago wins this one. I would pick them outright. So them getting points is a little strange to me. I get they're the away team, but a little strange.
Yeah, home field's not worth that much nowadays. So
Right.
it is what it is.
All right. Next up, we've got the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams.
This is another division rival, another tight, field goal type spread. I got the Seahawks here at +3. The over under the total that is sitting at, let me just make sure, 48.5. I like, basically my handicap for this game was these are two really good teams. These are two teams that are on a collision course, possibly for the NFC Championship. I like both of their skill position players. I like both their offenses and defenses. I think they're very evenly matched, and when I pull them up on my sheet, they're a couple tenths of points off of each other. I think the Rams are the better team, and I think they're kind of sneaky, like the best team in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's sneaky anymore, but they don't really have too many holes at all. Stafford is playing at MVP levels this year, but I just think 3 points is just nice to have in my back pocket. So I'm going to take the Seahawks, and I think this is just kind of like, maybe I'll push that bet, but I don't know. I think it's too close to give them 3. I thought it would be closer to like 2.5, 2. This is going to be a fun game. Definitely going to watch. Wanted a little skin in the game, but my numbers back me here. It's a small edge, but I'm going to take that edge.
Potential NFC Championship preview?
Yeah, I think so.
Could be.
Yeah.
Two very good teams. I agree. The Rams really might be the best team in the league. Stafford's playing out of his mind. They're like the perfect storm of really good quarterback, really good talent around the quarterback, really good coach who knows how to utilize all that talent. And, the defense is playing really well too. Jared Verse is a problem. They've got players all over that line that make plays. It's a really well put together team that I think right now would be slated to have Atlanta's current top 10 draft pick as well.
Yes.
So crazy to think about that they've got 2 first rounders next year with a team that is very, very good and competitive right now. So it's like, man, I don't know. This is like such a coin flip game to me,
That's why I'm taking the points. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to. Because I think they're both really, really good teams. I will say, the Rams defense is good, legit good. That doesn't mean you can bench a guy like JSN. But it would make me, I don't know. Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to get his. Let me say that. But maybe it gives me some pause in starting Sam Darnold. I don't know. It's just you know what I mean? Maybe it gets done for JSN, but it might not look as pretty for Darnold in the end game. Maybe there's some yards there, but maybe it's a couple turnovers or something like that. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad Sam seeing ghosts kind of week, but it's a really good defense. It would maybe make me shy away from it a little bit. Like we said a couple times before, I don't really want to do anything with the Seattle backfield right now. If I can avoid it, it's not my favorite. Nothing about it makes me feel good. I don't want to start Cooper Kupp, even though it's a revenge game. I don't want to. I don't know. JSN is really the only slam dunk that you feel good about against the Rams. On the Rams side, it's still, you want to say start your studs. It's the whole team, right?
Right.
You start the wide receivers, you start Kyron. There's not a lot of deep dives that you have to worry about on the Rams, I feel like, because it's all such big name talent for the most part. I guess if you're in, desperate need, you can throw Corum out there as a deep league flex play if you really need it, just because he's getting carries. They haven't been the most productive or fantasy worthy touches, but he has been working in. But Kyron is still pretty firmly the guy there, I think. But yeah, this one is just there's studs on both sides of the board in the matchup. I would start Stafford because I think Stafford is like an MVP. I know we love Drake May. I just watched Drake May play a brilliant game against my Jets, and Drake May gets all the MVP love right now. We were talking about before we started recording, but I think Matthew Stafford should be firmly in that discussion as well. Like Stafford is playing a terrific year.
I agree with you on that, man. I would start Kyron as well, but he Seattle's got a really good rush defense.
They do.
So I could see a little bit of a stinker, but you have to start him.
It's just tough not to.
Right.
Because he's one of those guys where even if it's like a pretty inefficient day, like does he fall forward into the end zone twice?
Right.
You know, like all you need is a couple drives where Puka or Devontae get tackled at the 1, and it's like Kyron's day's been kind of bust, but he falls forward for a yard and gets a touchdown.
Yeah, Matt Stafford will never be mistaken for Jalen Hurts. You know, he's not gonna run in. I mean, I'm sure he's got a couple, but he's not gonna sneak in.
That's part of what always keeps me coming back with Kyron.
Yeah.
Like even on the days where I think the big yardage totals might not be there, like they're gonna hand him the ball near the end zone. They just are. But I agree. It's both teams, good defenses, man. Both teams, good defenses, good offenses. Just two good teams.
Yeah, my 3rd and 5th ranked teams. So
yeah, it's going to be a heavyweight fight, a slobber knocker, as good old JR would say. All right, last one we had on the list today is the Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is another game, man, where just really good games right here. The 3 games that I've picked besides Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. This should be a fun game. This is a Sunday night football. This is Lions are getting 2.5 points. Point spread is here. Looks like it's 46.5, 47. I got the Lions at plus 2.5 even money, and it's basically the same handicap as the last game. These are 2 good teams. I like them pretty equally. I think that my rankings favor Detroit more than Philly. Yeah, I swear I haven't like manually adjusted Philly. I have them, closer to like 10 than top 5, and I think that's warranted for the year. Philly has they have their issues, but they're still just good enough. They've been built so well that they're able to deal with all their inefficiencies. But I don't know, 2.5 points for the Lions. I think they're going to be kicking. I just think they're going to be clicking. I don't know, man. The coach started calling the plays.
Yeah,
they were. They're just a team that I don't think is going to give up ever. So I don't know. I don't see them getting blown out in this game at all. 2.5 points seems like it's a good deal for me. I have this, again, I would favor the Lions. I know the Link is a tough place to play, and it's probably one of the better home fields in the country, but gosh, I don't know. I just, in terms of my pure, ranking, I have the Lions considerably better than the Eagles. Week 11, the NFL season.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I will say we're starting Jameson Williams again.
Are we?
Yeah. We're starting Jameson Williams. Dan Campbell took over, and it was like we remembered that what Jameson Williams was. Like Dan Campbell got that play sheet, and he was like, "Yeah, this guy's fast.
Yeah, get him the ball.
Get him the ball." So I am back in on starting Jameson Williams. Both of these teams are kind of like middle of the pack pass defenses. Detroit's better against the run than Philly is. So, like, again, it's not like you can bench Saquon, but Saquon hasn't been the most efficient guy in general this year. So maybe temper some expectations there. I would start Jameson Williams. I would start, whatever piece you got. Obviously, you're starting Amon-Ra. I don't need to tell you to do that.
Right.
I think you can start Sam Laporta. The caveat being, like, it's just always one of those, like, you can start all those guys, but, sometimes there's just not quite enough to go around for everybody to eat all in the same week. I will ask you, are you starting AJ Brown? Because hasn't been good, but squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah, but he's been squeaking all year, and it
He's
hasn't been
squeaking
greased.
loud now, man.
Yeah.
The wheel might be off. Like,
Trade deadline pass, right? Yeah, no, he's.
yeah,
I just don't think that their offense is currently built for that. I don't know, man. It's a weird situation. It is. I almost. He's almost certainly not there next year, right? Like,
it can't be.
I don't
Look,
know what
AJ Brown was on someone's Twitch stream telling you if he was on his fantasy team that you need to get rid of him. So I'm not starting AJ Brown this week.
I gotta listen to the man. You know,
I mean, he told us, so
yeah.
it would be foolish for me to go against him unless reverse psychology and
Taking us out.
he knows he's got a big week coming. But it's really tough. He's kind of just a name at this point. Like it is hard to come to grips with sometimes. Like I have to put this player on my bench because he's a very good player and we know what he is, but he's wide receiver 39 on the season. Like we talked about how frustrating Jameson Williams was at the beginning of the year. Jameson Williams is wide receiver 34. Hollywood Brown's ahead of him. Some of the players ahead of AJ Brown right now in fantasy are Alec Pierce, Keyshawn Butte, Hollywood Brown, Romeo Dobbs, Trey Tucker, Rashid Shaheed, Khalil Shakir. Pretty crazy.
I will say, Terriana Arnold is seems like he's still in protocol. Kirby Joseph, no practice this week. DJ Reed, limited practicing both days. So, there's some cornerback depth for the Lions that are questionable, defensive back depth. But maybe it is the AJ Brown week. I don't know.
Maybe.
I was just looking at.
No, I was just gonna say maybe it is. It's like it's been tough to predict. It was like he's given you 2 games over 20 fantasy points this season. And if you want to go even lower the bar than that, only giving you 3 that are over 14 in PPR. So it's not what you paid up for sure.
I was just going to talk about Saquon because I just pulled up his sleeper card, and running back 11 is surprising. And when you look deeper into it, man, he's had one 44-point week. If you take that away, he's probably not an RB1.
Yeah, it's it hasn't been the best.
It hasn't been bad either. It's just not Saquon.
No.
You think of Saquon, he's just a freak.
You don't think of him like he's pretty much 2 full yards per attempt worse than last year. Like he averaged almost 6 yards per attempt last year, and he's at 3.9 right now. Yeah, not great. So he was 5.8 last year, 3.9 the last year in New York. It's been up and down. 5.8, to be fair, is the outlier year. He averaged 5 as a rookie in New York, and that was his best before last season. So, he had a couple in New York where he averaged 4.6, 4.4, but he did have a couple where he averaged 3.7, 3.9. Receiving wise, he probably will finish up better than he did last year. Like last year, he had 33 catches for 278 yards, and he's up to 27 catches and 200 yards on the season already, with the same touchdown total, 2 last year and 2 already this year. So that's helping you out a little bit, but it's definitely not a run for 2,000 yards type season like he did last year. That's for sure.
His rookie year, I think he had 90 something catches. Targets.
His rookie year, he had 91 catches.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he had 121 targets as a rookie.
Eli, man, God bless you.
It's 721 receiving yards as a rookie. And has never come close to that again.
He's still a great player. It's just
he is
slightly down year. The Eagles had some injuries on the O-line pretty much everywhere, but they'll be fine. It's just I think Lions 2.5. I love that. So
yeah, I do too. I think they're the better team overall, and it'll be another good game. But I could see the Lions squeaking out the win. What was the line again? Plus 2.5? Yeah.
2.5, yeah.
I like that. Because I think they I would like Detroit to win outright. So, yeah.
And it's trending that way. Like, I got it at 2.5 even money. So it's looking like it's going to go to 2, or at least that's where the market is kind of leaning. But, we'll see.
All right. You got anything else you want to throw in last minute about this week's slate of games before we wrap her up?
Oh my God, man. KC Denver, that should be a fun game. That's going to be a real are the Broncos for real game.
Do you think they are?
No, I don't.
Certified Bo Nix hater.
I like Bo Nix. I have no problem with Bo Nix. I
certified Sean Payton hater.
I love Sean Payton. I just don't think. I don't know. I think what they're doing has been like a little bit of smoke and mirrors. It's working. And they've definitely got a good defense, but I think on offense they need to do more, and they've been getting it at the right time. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. This is a good week for them. See if they can do the Mahomes. The only other game that's really sticking out is the Buffalo Tampa Bay, but I think Tampa Bay is in a rough way, and that's kind of another game that I was leaning taking the 5.5 Buffalo.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna wait on that. I don't know, but yeah,
Buffalo's getting 5.5.
No, it's minus 5.5.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
I
was gonna say, good lord.
Yeah, what? And before I said that the line for the Lions game is leaning towards 2.5. It's leaning towards 3. But
all right. Well, there you go. Week 11. It's crazy. Week 11 already. We're sad.
I feel like it was just a couple days ago we were talking about the halfway point, and
now it's week 11. It's just another week where my 3-week stretch of not watching the Jets lose has come to an end. So, firing up Ty Simpson tape.
Yeah, Giants fired Brian Daboll. I'm fully in draft mode right now. I'm gonna.
We are shifting the draft content soon.
I am
baby.
cranking a mock draft out real soon.
Are you already starting to wonder, like, well, maybe the Giants can have Arvell Reese in their front 7 with Kayvon, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter?
At first I was, but I think he's going to be more of an edge guy than that would just be gluttonous. So, they got the Giants do need a linebacker there really badly, and they've neglected that position for what feels like 2 decades. Since I don't know Antonio Pierce, like they signed guys like Alec Ogletree, and
yeah,
I don't know.
Dark days.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. We will be back next week to preview week 12. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you comment down below. Let us know what you're playing this week. Let us know who you're starting to sit and what bets you're making. And we will be back next week to talk week 12.
Keep driving live, and don't forget to like and subscribe.